This is The Scoop for Friday.
I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines. At least 6 historically black colleges and universities received threats or potential threats yesterday, prompting lockdowns and class cancellations. Historically black universities in Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia, and Virginia, as well as Bethune-Cookman University in Daytona Beach, all reported threats. Although initial threats have been investigated and lockdowns have since been lifted, some universities have opted to call off classes for the rest of the week or send students home. The abundance of caution came a day after the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk during an event at a university in Utah and a shooting at a Colorado high school. Recently released 2024 U.S. Census data show little progress on child poverty, with the numbers slightly down from 2023, but still way above what they were in 2021. WMNF's Chris Young reports one advocacy group says the stripping of federal social support from the pandemic era is to blame.
Bruce Leslie is the president of First Focus on Children, a bipartisan advocacy group focusing on legislation impacting children. He calls the data disturbing.
We are not making the progress we need, and we actually worry that with some of the economic indicators going negative, that we're going to actually start seeing that number rise rather than trying to get it back to where it was or below that.
In 2021, pandemic relief measures and social support sharply lowered child poverty rates. But First Focus on Children points to cuts to Medicaid, the Children's Health Insurance Program, food and nutrition programs, and more as the cause for the rise since. He criticized income minimums for the child tax credit, which helps families with qualifying children get a tax break. To earn the full credit, a single filer needs to earn at least $28,700, according to the Center on Poverty and Social Policy at Columbia University. Chris Young, WMNF News.
Some residents of St. Petersburg and Tampa are anxious about whether they'll be able to get the federal help they need if another hurricane hits. WMNF's Leah Burdick reports on what some elected officials found out in their conversations with residents.
In a press conference on Wednesday, Congressmember Kathy Castor said residents feel they will be abandoned with no help from FEMA. She says residents want an administration that listens, invests, and wants a system with less bureaucracy for homeowner assistance.
Just last week, employees of FEMA sent a letter out to the public to say that they are also fearful that FEMA has been doged, that people have been fired unnecessarily, funding has been withheld, the leadership, no one has confidence in the leadership of FEMA.
She says there are also cuts to federal grants, one with $200 million to help Florida prepare for another hurricane. New York Congressmember Tim Kennedy flew down to Florida to hear how the government can do more to assist residents.
Getting rid of and eliminating FEMA is not what to do. We have to make sure that agency not only exists, but it's run properly and it works. So we'll go back to Washington, listen to the people of the Tampa Bay region, and put in place reforms that will make sure that in the future, people can restore their lives in a much faster pace.
After speaking with the residents, he says he felt inspired by the resilience and the strength in the community. But after learning more about what the community has been through, the representatives feel Florida and other states cannot recover alone and need FEMA's help. For WMNF News, I'm Leah Burdick.
Florida has appealed a federal judge's ruling that said a key part of a 2023 law that led to books being removed from school library shelves is overbroad and unconstitutional. Attorney General James Upmeyer's office, representing members of the State Board of Education, filed a notice that is a first step in appealing a U.S. District Judge's ruling to the 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. The judge's decision last month sided with a group of publishers, authors, and parents in the First Amendment lawsuit filed last year. The judge focused primarily on part of the law that seeks to prevent the availability of reading materials that describe sexual conduct, saying that the law does not evaluate the work to determine if it has any holistic value and does not specify what level of detail describes sexual conduct. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible today with highs in the high 80s. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible tonight with overnight lows in the low 70s, and tomorrow mostly sunny, highs in the high 80s. I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.